We're here for the launch of the Hearts Heritage Project. I'm delighted that the Lord Provost has agreed to help us and open this particular part of the venue. Also ably we're helped here by John Robertson, who does not need an introduction to any of you. So this is part of a fund that we received from the Heritage Lottery Fund. We're delighted at that. It will play a central part in the overall tours that we will be launching around the stadium, and the whole idea of it is to open up Hearts and the stadium and the extensive archives we have to the general public, supporters, local community, schools and other organisations in and around the area. We also think we can spread the word of the club across the country and also across other football supporters from teams that do come and visit Tynecastle, mostly in the summer when they're on the holidays.
I think Hearts is more than a football club, certainly in terms of this area and the city. And if you need proof of that, you just look back to Hearts' contribution to the Great War, which will become more significant next year when we have our commemorations. I've formed a group to make sure that Edinburgh, Scotland's capital city, plays a particular part in those commemorations, and we'll have Jack Alexander and others who will, and we will all make sure that the contribution of Hearts is commemorated properly in those events. It's a great club. It's got a long, proud tradition in this area, and both on the pitch and off. And so for those reasons, I'm really pleased to be here.
John, we're here at the stadium to launch the new Tynecastle Tour. Some would argue that you are the perfect person to do such a thing.
Well, we're part of the reason it was a lot was found, actually, and it's a true story that way back 80-81 we were charged with cleaning, as you do as a young apprentice. We had to clean the stadium, and we had done our bit. We had washed and painted the corridor, and we're having a wee game of head tennis, and it was the legendary Davy Bowman's touch, or lack of, which helped us because he knocked the ball through the polystyrene roof. We had to try and, as you do, repair it without getting caught by Les poachers. So we managed to get a tile from the boot room, and as we were putting it back in place, we noticed there was a door above the polystyrene tile. So we, as you do, we investigated it and found all these minutes books and trophies and you know, all the pennants and stuff. So it left us in a quandary because we had to try and tell Les poachers that we'd found this stuff without actually telling them how we'd accidentally made a mess of the thing in the first place. But thankfully it was good. You know, it was a league flag and everything. It was fantastic, and it's part of the club's history. So it's brilliant it was found. It's brilliant it's been out in display in various parts, and it's now fantastic that it's got its own space here in the stadium.
There is some truly wonderful memorabilia on display here. This club has a fantastic history, like you say, and it should be celebrated, shouldn't it? Absolutely.
I mean, and the thing is, we've still got a lot more to come. You know, this is just a small part of the collection, so to speak. You know, I know there's a lot more there, and for me, you know, as this is wonderful, I would like to see it in a much bigger space as well. You know, for me, there's no better position in the old club shop in the Gorgie Road. That would be perfect if we could all get together and raise the funds and get that going, because not only is this stuff here, there's more to come, and I'm sure there'll be one or two items that the public have got that they'd love to see on display as well. So I think it's testimony to the hard work that Alan White and all the lads have done to get this together, and as I say, I hope they're rewarded by giving a bigger space in the future to get absolutely everything we can on display, not just for the future Hearts supporters but for the past, because it's very, very nostalgic.
I see a replica 1998 Scottish Cup in the corner over there.
Yeah, it's good. It's nice to see that again, and you know, it's lovely to see some of the stuff. Some of the Bobby Walker and Tommy Walker stuff's fabulous. I do like collecting myself as well, and I've managed to procure a 98, 2006 and 2012 ball from each of the finals. So hopefully in 50 or 100 years time that itself will be a fantastic addition to any Hearts museum, and hopefully the club can be even more successful in the field, that we can add more footballs to that collection.
People really, not just Hearts fans, member of the public, tourists, whatever, they really should come down here and check this out for themselves, shouldn't they?
Yeah, absolutely. It's not just this is just a small part of it. You know, you get the whole stadium or the whole heritage tour, which will tell you about the history of the club in general. We all know about the aspect of McRae's battalion. You know, get round the dressing rooms, get round the pitch, and the various other lounges that are here. But more importantly, there's also the learning aspect of it as well. That the Big Hearts Community Division champion, and that's part of it. And that's part of the parcel. It's not just the past; it's the future. We've got to take things future forward, and on the computer aspect, and of course the now famous musical part of it as well, which has been a real success.
To fast forward back to present times, the SPL had a chance to make history yesterday in the league reconstruction talks, which weren't passed. What do you see the future for the Scottish game now, John?
Well, it's strange. You know, I've said before, my viewpoint is we should have 2 full-time leagues and then go divisional, regional divisions, because you've got all these European countries. That's what they do. They have 2 strong leagues. I would like to see 2 full-time. You'd have to have a full-time first team and a full-time youth team if you're going to be involved in the 2 leagues, and then go regional after that. It'll be less travelling for fans, more derbies, more money in their coffers, and it won't stop progressive clubs. Take Spartans, for example. Spartans could win the South Regional League, which they'd be in, and they could win the playoffs, which would elevate them into the 2nd division, should they want to go full-time and have a full-time youth team. So it won't stop progressive clubs moving forward. And it'll, you know, the clubs who are quite happy being where they are at the moment, it will give them more derbies, more money, less travelling for fans, and bigger leagues.
John, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.